Some people believe baseball should be calm, a game of patience and precision, a dance of strategy where numbers tell the whole story. But first, if you like to stay up to date on all things Atlanta Braves, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of fans who watch have subscribed, so come on, it's quick and easy, sign up. Thanks. But what if that belief is nothing more than a comforting illusion? What if the heart of baseball, the thing that keeps people glued to their screens or screaming from the stands, isn't perfection at all, but chaos? For every neat double play, there's a wild pitch that turns into a comedy of errors. For every carefully calculated batting average, there's that unpredictable swing that nobody saw coming. Fans crave order, but deep down, what they truly live for is disorder. And that's where the paradox begins. Because while traditionalists cling to the belief that baseball must follow a script, the sport itself seems determined to rip the pages out and throw them in the wind. This season has been a living, breathing example of that contradiction, frustrating those who want clean victories but thrilling those who know that imperfection is what makes the game feel alive. Now, imagine sitting down expecting a typical matchup between two struggling teams. You think you know the outcome, probably a quiet series, maybe a few forgettable highlights, nothing too special. But then, suddenly, the game morphs into a storm of unpredictability, a bizarre spectacle where runs come in waves, pitchers collapse in ways you wouldn't wish on your rivals, and players you barely noticed before suddenly become the heroes of the night. This is not what you signed up for, and yet, it's exactly what you can't stop watching. It sounds almost wrong to say it, but sometimes the best games are the ugliest. Sometimes, the matchups no one circled on their calendar turn into the ones people talk about for weeks. And in this particular case, two teams neither headed to glory, neither fighting for October, collided in a way that felt like the baseball gods were experimenting in a lab. The result? A series that was messy, ridiculous, and unforgettable. The truth is, this was never about who's on top of the standings, or who's building momentum for the playoffs. No, this was about pride, chaos, and maybe even a little bit of madness. It was about fans who showed up for one thing and walked away with something else entirely, a story worth telling. And somewhere, in the middle of all that mess, lies the real essence of the game.